almost time to rally in the valley. But first, it's the Matsu Miners pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Welcome, everybody, to the beautiful Palmer, Alaska. I'm Emma Tiedemann alongside Austin Pollock. And the Miners are back at home at Herman Brothers Field tonight to take on the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. And after 10 innings last night in Anchorage, the Miners fell to the Pilots 5-4. The Miners got off to a quick start with 2 runs in the first inning, and pitcher Kyle Serrano, who was our player of the game last night, did a great job on the mound, finishing with 8 strikeouts and 4 hits through 4 innings. The Pilots fought back in the bottom of the 5th inning with 3 runs, but the Miners tied it up again in the 8th inning with both Cameron Frost and Dane Wunderlich scoring runs for the Miners. But it was a quick 10th inning, and the Pilots were able to edge out the Miners 5-4. Now there are some new faces in the lineup for the Miners tonight. They joined their new teammates at the game last night on the field, after flying directly into the Anchorage airport, and a couple are in the lineup tonight. So Austin, how about a little info, a little backup about these new Miners?
Well, we don't really know much about him. We'll see Cam Newell in right field. He's from Cal State Northridge batting 6th, and Johnny Loker will be in left field batting 9th. He's from Stanford, but we don't know much about them other than that they just got here. Johnny Loker, of course, along with his college teammate Matt Decker, we saw him last night. They have been still with Stanford University in the College World Series, but their season did come to an end, so probably a couple days at home, or I don't know, we still got to talk to them a little bit. They just got here, but if they didn't go home, they came directly from school, but they are in the lineup, and we saw Matt Decker. It's not that he looked uncomfortable, but it just looked he was hitless. But you got to cut him slack. He was on a plane. He flew in. There's a lot to think about with that.
He looked like he just got off the airplane to a bunch of strangers and was put in the lineup to hit. Now I think that describes it.
I don't think that's quite as uncomfortable for what John Farindelli had. He showed up, and General Manager Pete Christopher was in a bed as part of the bed race of the Colony Days Parade. And his coaches, Ben Taylor and Sean Winston and Brad Baker and Bobby Renard, they were actually skipping around the bed. So this is a little bit of this was a little bit more relaxed and a calming welcome, I guess. And it was a little bit of a rough game, but the Miners, they show they can come back and they can really play well, but just couldn't get the W in the end.
That's right, and a little bit of a change in the 10th inning also whenever the Pilots hitter Pack came on to bat for the Pilots, and Ben Taylor kind of redid the infield a little bit and had, 3 players in between second and third and 2 in between first and second with 2 outfielders and Brandon Smith and Cameron Frost trying to force the play at home. The bases were loaded in the bottom of the 10th, but it just didn't go. There was a beautiful hit just over the infield, and it was just an easy walk from third base into home to score that winning run for the Pilots. So kind of a tough way to go in the bottom of the 10th inning for the Miners.
Yeah, some games that's just the way it goes, and that's what's great about baseball. I talked about this yesterday. When you come off a tie, you come off a loss. We talked about this, and the best thing is, that's what's great about baseball. Football, you got to wait 6-7 days. And basketball, you got to wait 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, maybe even the next night. But in baseball, you're always playing. You come back, you sleep, you come back, you warm up, and you go. And that's what's so great about baseball, and that's, I think, something Ben Taylor loves. I mean, he didn't seem too down about it. He just seemed like, hey, we're going to go out there and get them. I didn't have a chance to talk to him after the game, but we had a chance to talk to Kyle Serrano, and we'll talk about him a little bit. He really pitched a good game, especially coming off of an okay performance last week against the Chinooks, and also Nick Senzel, who was 0 for 4 last night. But we got a chance to talk to those guys, and really I think everyone's getting the hang of it. But unfortunately, it is. Well, there was the tie on Thursday night, a loss last night, and then a loss on Wednesday. So it's a little bit of a down stretch right now. But Ryan Hendricks on the mound, he pitched very, very well in the Miners' home opener on Monday against the Chinooks. I'm excited to see what he has tonight.
That's right. Hendricks pitched for 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, walked 2, but struck out 7 batters for an ERA of 3. So, yeah, it's going to be great. And also behind the plate is Mitchell Now. Now played yesterday, but our estimation is that Ben Taylor is playing him again tonight because Hendricks is out of Texas A&M, so is Now. So they also seem to mesh really well. Obviously, they're teammates, so they just really got along well the last time Hendricks was out there on the mound for opening day. And before things get started, we'll go through the starting lineups first for the Pilots. First up, Justin Portacio, the second baseman. Then Chester Pack, the center fielder, batting second. Batting third, Nikki Sines, playing right field tonight. A designated hitter in the fourth spot, Ray Guarini. And in the fifth spot, Kevin Veers at third base. Playing catcher tonight is Nate Nolan, batting in the sixth spot. Clayton Taylor follows him, playing first base. J.J. Wagner out in left field in the eighth position. And in ninth position is Ryan Dobson, who is playing shortstop. And for the Miners, a little bit of a change for the lineup and for the positions. First up is Cameron Frost, who's had the leadoff position. He's now 429 on the season. Frost is in his usual position at center field. Paul Panachone follows him, playing shortstop. Nick Senzel batting in the third position tonight, also playing third base. Hunter Simmons at his usual spot at first base, batting fourth. Brandon Smith is the designated hitter tonight, batting fifth. And Cam Newell, a new arrival to the Miners team as of yesterday, he's batting sixth and is playing in right field. Mitchell Now behind the plate, batting in the seventh spot. Terrence Conley at second base, batting eighth. And batting ninth is Johnny Loker, who is out in left field tonight. So a little bit of a shakeup in the outfield and some new additions to the lineup.
The Pilots are first in the National League. They're 4-1. The Miners are a game and a half back. They're 2-2, and the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks are in third at 2-3. They are 2 games back, and I'm actually really excited to see this game just because we know a little bit more about the Pilots. And something that I wanted to mention is that Trevor Podrath, the first baseman from Hawaii, who was in the lineup last night, is not in the lineup today. He was 0 for 5. And as you may remember, he had a high, deep fly ball to dead center that almost walked off for the Pilots, but no can do. It ended up being Justin Portacio to end it for the Pilots, but I had a chance to talk to Trevor Podrath before the game down by the batting cage. Of course, I know him from last season on Cape Cod, and I actually talked to Justin Portacio for a second. He actually thought I was the general manager, and it was pretty funny. But no, this should be a great game. I'm excited to see Hendricks pitch because he had such a good performance last time out, and also I really want to see who gets the best of this. I mean, you think about it; it's a 2-game series. Are they gonna split? Are the Pilots gonna take both? Who knows? And again, as Ben Taylor walks away from the home plate meeting, exchanging lineups with the umpires, and we are just about ready to go.
We will take you down to the field festivities. It is Matanuska Valley Federal Credit Union Day at Herman Brothers. We'll be right back with you after this.
Let's meet our starting lineups first for the Glacier Pilots. Leading off, playing second base, out of Kansas, number 2, Justin Portacio. Out of Cal State Northridge and batting second, center fielder number 11, Chester Pack. In the 3 spot, number 3, right fielder out of St. Mary's College, Nico Sines. The cleanup hitter, the DH out of West Virginia, number 24, Ray Guarini. Batting fifth, number 5, third baseman out of Fresno State, Kevin Veers. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 26, out of St. Mary's College, Nate Nolan. Batting seventh, first baseman, number 31, out of Nebraska Omaha, Clayton Taylor. Out of the University of Pacific, left fielder, number 23, batting eighth, J.J. Wagner. And batting ninth, shortstop, number 1, out of Fresno State, Ryan Dobson. Starting on the mound for the Glacier Pilots tonight, out of South Florida, number 21, Joe Adel. Head coach of the Glacier Pilots, Mr. Darren Westergaard. His assistant, Stu Peterson, Cordell Hippolito. And now, here are the lineups for your Matsu Miners. Leading off, number 22, center fielder out of Washington State, Cameron Frost. Batting second, shortstop, number 3, out of Grand Canyon, Paul Panachone. At third base, batting third, number 13, out of Tennessee, Nick Senzel. The cleanup hitter, number 20, first baseman out of Utah, Hunter Simmons. Also out of Grand Canyon, and batting fifth, the DH, number 25, Brandon Smith. Number 14, and batting sixth, Cam Newell. In the seventh spot out of Texas A&M, catcher number 30, Mitchell Nau. Batting eighth, second baseman number 26 out of UNC Wilmington, Terrence Conley. Left fielder out of Stanford, number 12, batting ninth, Johnny Loker. Starting pitcher for the Miners this evening, number 27, out of Texas A&M, Ryan Hendricks. Head coach of the Miners, Mr. Ben Taylor. Pitching coach, Mr. Brad Baker. Assistant coaches, Mr. Bobby Renard, Mr. Sean Winston. At this time, we ask you to please rise, remove your head cover, and face the flag behind the center field fence. As April Krause, who, although she doesn't work for Matt Valley Federal Credit Union, wants to work for them, will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very nice, April. I think Matt Valley should give you a job. Just sing and dance. And now, making her way out to the mound.
With championships in 2004, 2007, 2009, and 2010, the Miners are looking to bring a title back to the Matsu Valley.
This is the longest championship drought in 10 seasons.
8 former Miners selected in the 2014 MLB draft, and head coach Ben Taylor is back for another season of baseball in the Valley.
Go. Matsu Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside Herman Brothers Field here in Palmer for Game 2 of the Home and Home series between the Anchorage Glacier Pilots and the Matsu Miners. I'm Austin Pollock. Emma Tiedemann to my right, as always. Tonight we get our second look at the Pilots. last night ended in a bit of a stinger as Justin Protasio hit a walk-off single to give the Pilots a 5-4 win in the 10th inning. Kyle Serrano got the ball to start and was very solid. He went 4 innings, striking out 8. The offense was a little quiet, having to come from behind in the 8th inning to tie the game at 4, but help has arrived. There are 4 new guys, and they've come in with the team 2-2 heading into the second league game. Tonight we get our first look at Cam Newell from UC Santa Barbara and Johnny Loker from Stanford. They are both in the lineup, Newell batting 6th in right field and Loker batting 9th playing left field. I'll bring in Emma Tiedemann. Emma, are these guys coming in at the right time?
I think so. I think it's still early enough in the season that there's still some little growing pains with the minors, being from different teams from around the country, and they haven't all exactly meshed 100% yet. And I think it'll be a nice little change to the lineup. Cam Newell and Johnny Loker both getting the starts tonight, and we saw Matt Decker last night after coming off of the plane in Anchorage, and he was in the lineup also last night. So I just think these new faces are going to definitely help the minors and just add some depth, most definitely. Maybe give some of these guys a much-needed rest.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. As we'll give you the Anchorage Glacier Pilot starting lineup. Justin Protasio from Kansas leads off. He's at second base. Chester Pack is in center field batting second. Nico Saenz in right field bats third. Ray Garini, the designated hitter. Kevin Veers at third. Nate Nolan doing the catching. Clayton Taylor at first base. J.J. Wagner bats eighth. He is in left. And Ryan Dobson is the shortstop from Fresno State. He bats ninth, and we are ready to go. First pitch coming from Ryan Hendricks. It is low ball 1. It's good to be back at Herman Brothers Field. We got our first look at Mulcahy, where we'll be, I think we counted 8 times, 8 more times. Yep. 1-0 from Hendricks. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Miners going with the yellow jerseys tonight.
Mulcahy different because it is a turf field.
1-1 slap to left center. Johnny Loker is under it and makes the catch for out number 1.
It's a good way to start your minors career.
I would certainly agree. Here is Chester Pack, the center fielder. Chester Pack from Cal State Northridge. Finished his junior year, was 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs yesterday. First pitch from Hendricks. In there, called strike. Oh, 1 is low, ball 1, 1-1. One is low, 2-1. Pretty good crowd here at Herman Brothers. It's a little chilly.
I've seen a lot of young children.
2-1. Chap behind the mound, charging his Panachone, off balance throw. In time.
Wow.
Excellent play from Paul Panachone, the shortstop. It was a weak ground ball behind the mound and to the left. And he had to charge on the infield grass and make an off-balance throw. It was a very close play. I'll bring up Nico Saenz, the right fielder from St. Mary's. He was 0 for 5 yesterday against the Miners with 2 strikeouts on the season, and he's 4 for 14. Home run and 3 RBIs. He struck out 4 times. First pitch from Hendricks. Low and away, ball 1. Have to find out the comfort level for Ryan Hendricks when he has Mitchell now catching or Josh Meyer. 1-0 coming. Swing and a miss. It's foul tipped into the mid of now. 1-1.
Because they're both from Texas A&M.
Correct.
That'd be interesting.
I'm excited to hear what he has to say. I'll ask him. 1-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 1-2. Ryan Hendricks flirting with a 1-2-3 inning. Has his pitch, kicks, and fires. 1-2. Breaking ball, swing, and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Ryan Hendricks. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Miners coming up in the bottom of the first. No score from Herman Brothers on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Back at Herman Brothers Field, no scores. We head for the bottom of inning number 1. Cameron Frost, Paul Panachone, and Nick Senzel to lead it off against the very tall right-hander, Joe Adell from the University of South Florida. He's a redshirt sophomore. He is 6'7", 215 pounds. The 6'7".
6'7".
Yeah. And the first pitch to Cameron Frost is a little high for ball 1. Had a chance to do our pregame profile with Cameron Frost today. Check that out at youtube.com/MatsuMinersBaseball. He's seen a lot of moose, more than you.
Yes, he has seen more moose than I have.
1-0, grounder to the second baseman Protasio. Holds it, throws to first. 1 away. Cameron Frost, right about maybe, I would say at around 4:30 or 5, he was taking some extra swings. Jordan Rogers was in the tunnel pitching to him. It was more of a soft toss. Here is Paul Panachone, the shortstop, second on the team in hitting. First pitch hits him on the shoulder. Another minor that's been hit by a pitch. We've seen it a lot. Paul Panachone has been a victim.
Now batting your third baseman, number 13, Nick Senzel.
Then I'll bring up Nick Senzel, the third baseman today from Tennessee, a freshman All-American. 0 for 4 yesterday against these Pilots. 5 for 19 on the season.
He also has 2 RBIs and 2 doubles.
Panachone with a very small lead. A first pitch from Adell is lifted out to right. That is Nico Sainz, who is under it and makes the catch 2 away. First pitch swinging for Senzel. Now something, Emma, I quizzed you about this morning. I said, which minor
Now batting your first baseman,
has not struck out this season?
Simmons.
And the answer was Nick
Nick
Senzel.
Senzel, yep.
It was Nick Senzel. Here's Hunter Simmons, the first baseman from Utah. Hunter had a big hit yesterday. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout. He's 2 for 15 on the season with 6 walks. That leads the team. Second is a 4-way tie with 2. First pitch to him is in the dirt. Stopped by the catcher Nate Nolan. Kevin Veers at third base, Ryan Dobson at short, Justin Protasio at second, Clayton Taylor at first, J.J. Wagner in left, Chester Pack in center, Nico Sainz in right, and Joe Adell is on the mound for the Pilots. 1-0. Hard grounder to the shortstop. Dobson goes to second, gets the force, retire the side. No score. We head for inning number 2 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Back in Palmer, no score between the Pilots and the Miners. 4, 5, and 6, Ray Garini, Kevin Veers, and Nate Nolan against Ryan Hendricks. Garini from West Virginia, the designated hitter. He's a college teammate, or was a college teammate of Bobby Boyd, who played for the Miners in 2012. Bobby Boyd was drafted by the Houston Astros, I believe in the 8th round. First pitch from Hendricks. In the dirt, 1-0. It's nice to be able to say in the dirt rather than
in the turf.
in the turf, but just one day that we get to do that because we'll be back at Mulcahy Field tomorrow against the Bucks. 1-0, swinging a big cut by Guerreri. One and one. Hendricks has a sign, kicks, here it comes. Outside, 2-1. Hendricks was a 17th round selection of the Cleveland Indians in the 2013 Major League Draft. 2-1. That's a called strike, 2-2. Hendricks sent the Pilots down 1-2-3 in the first. Two coming. Here's the pitch. Lifted to the right side. Giving chase is Mitchell now, but it goes out of play. A lot of kids chasing after that one. A lot of people here as well, certainly on the first base side. Emma, what do you got on the third base side?
On the third base side, I see a couple Pilots fans, actually. But, yeah, pretty good Miners fans.
There weren't many at Mulcahy last night. Not many. It was around 6:30, and I was a little confused.
I think I count 4.
2-2, swing and a miss. Second strikeout for Hendricks. One away in the second. Now I'll bring up Kevin Veers, the third baseman from Fresno State.
Now batting third baseman number 5, Kevin Veers.
Kevin Veers was 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, had a double and an RBI against the Miners last night. First pitch from Hendricks, way outside, ball 1. Veers is 3 for 11 on the season. He scored 3 runs, has a double and an RBI, and he struck out 3 times. 1-0 pitch, here it is. Fouled right back at us. 1-1. There were a couple balls at Mulcahy last night that, if that wasn't plexiglass, I think we would have been hit. We would have been hit. 1-1 from Hendricks. Here it comes. In the dirt, 2-1.
I saw my light flash before my eyes on the one that hit our window.
Did it hit our window?
Yeah, it hit right below
Right
us.
below the
yeah.
window. Yeah, I forgot. I forgot.
Oof, I couldn't forget that.
2-1. Little high, 3-1.
It's nice to be back at Herman Brothers with a chain link fence separating us.
Yes. Some fans still trickling in. It's hard to see in the outfield, but you see the feet.
Yeah, you can count the feet.
See the feet walking in, walking out. 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. First base runner for the Pilots. And it's Kevin Veers, who was on 3 times last night. Then I'll bring up the catcher Nate Nolan from St. Mary's College. Was not in the lineup yesterday. He is 4 for 8 on the season. Henderson, a long look in, kicks, here's the pitch. First pitch strike. And you just know the importance of first pitch strikes. It's just so crucial.
Especially after you walk a batter.
Absolutely.
Gets in your mind, your head.
Henderson will look at first. He is on Nolan. Here's the pitch. Swing and fouled off the mask of catcher Mitchell now. So it's an 0-2 count with 1 away. Outfield is straight away for Nate Nolan. Clayton Taylor, the first baseman from Nebraska Omaha, waits on deck. Hendricks gets the sign from now, takes a look at first. Sets. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball a little high, 1-2. Nick Senzel at third base, Paul Panaccione. The shortstop, Terrence Connolly at second, Hunter Simmons at first. That's the infield. Loker in left, Frost in center, Newell in right, and now behind the plate for Hendricks. Pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, 2-2. It's a little chilly here at Herman Brothers Field. 55 degrees. Overcast skies. A couple sprinkles before the game. A couple. Nothing putting this one in jeopardy. 2-2. Grounder up the middle, base hit. First hit for the Pilots, 2 on, 1 out. Nate Nolan delivers a single, and that'll bring up Clayton Taylor, the first baseman from Nebraska, Omaha. That from the left side.
Number 31, Clayton Taylor.
Miners are second in the National League, 2-2, a game and a half behind these Pilots. The Pilots are 4-1. Simmons, the first baseman, playing behind the runner at first. Pitch, swing, and a big cut by Clayton Taylor. 0-1. Panachone, the shortstop, playing closer to the second base bag. Big hole between the third baseman. Now he steps back. Pitch inside, scooped up by now. Briefly gets away. No movement for the runners. There's a big gap between the third baseman, Senzel, and Panachone at shortstop. Trying to hold those runners. Pilots stole quite a couple bases last night.
They even executed a double steal.
1-1. Swing ripped out to right field. Back goes Newell at the wall. Goodbye. 3-run home run for Clayton Taylor, and the Pilots take the lead. It's 3-0. Mulcahy Field is a much smaller field than Herman Brothers is pretty big compared to that, but that ball went right out of here, right over the subway sign in right center field. There were a couple of balls we thought were going to be gone last night. When I first got here, I was told that more likely to see home runs at Mulcahy Field than any other field in the Alaska Baseball League, but that ball just smoked right off the bat of Taylor, and it's 3-0. That'll bring up J.J. Wagner, the left fielder from Pacific. First pitch coming from Hendricks. Outside, ball 1. Hendricks put down the Pilots 1-2-3 in the first. Struck out Ray Guarini to start the second. That one's up and in, and that hits J.J. Wagner right in the back of the head. But he's all good. Actually, I think it was more on his upper back.
Yeah, I think so too.
Here is Ryan Dobson, the shortstop from Fresno State. We did not see Dobson in any action last night. Didn't start, didn't pinch hit, did not pinch run. Was not a defensive replacement. First pitch, called strike. Oh, 0-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss, and the dirt runner at first heads to second, and he slides head first. Kind of a belly flop, but he's in. No throw from Mitchell now. J.J. Wagner swipes second base.
I think that's the second time we've seen a runner in that position kind of belly flop into second base.
I think the last one was on Thursday against the Monarchs. 0-2 the count on Dobson. Hendricks sets. Looks at second, looks at home, looks at second. Here he comes. Check swing. I say he didn't go. One and two. Correction, 2-2. Hendricks has his sign, sets. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Third strikeout for Ryan Hendricks. 2 down in the second. To the top of the order for Justin Protasio. He flew out to left in the first. He was the man last night for the Pilots. A walk-off single over the head of the second baseman, Nick Senzel. He takes a first pitch strike. He was 3 for 5 last night. 0-1 pitch from Hendricks. Here it is. Outside, count evens at 1-1. Hendricks look at second, keeping a close eye on that runner. 1-1. Into left center. It'll fall. Cameron Frost goes into the slide, can't make the catch. And scoring from second base is J.J. Wagner. It's an RBI single for Justin Protasio. He continues just to beat up on the Miners. It was hit into left center. Cameron Frost came in, went into the slide head first, and the ball just dropped. And Johnny Loker was one who threw it in. That'll bring up Chester Pack. He grounded out to short in the first inning. Pilots lead the Miners 4-0 now in the second. Pitch, chopper behind the mound. Backhanded by Terrence Connolly. Flips to second to get the out to retire the side. A 3-run home run for Clayton Taylor, and then an RBI single for Justin Protasio has the Pilots on top 4-0. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Back in Palmer, a 3-run home run for Clayton Taylor, and then an RBI single for Justin Protasio has the Pilots on top 4-0 as we get to the bottom half of the second. 5, 6, and 7, Brandon Smith, Cam Newell, and Mitchell Now. We'll get our first look at Cam Newell when he comes to the plate. But first, Brandon Smith. Playing left for the most part, gets the DH spot tonight. First pitch from Adele is a called strike. Reminder, follow us on Twitter at ABL Miners. You can let us know if you have anything to say on there. Tweet right at us. 0-1 to Smith, inside 1-1. Brandon Smith was 1 for 4 with an RBI yesterday. He has a 5-game hitting streak. Sitting every game thus far. 1-1. Back to the mound. Adele falls down trying to make the play. Protasio barehanded. Can't make a play. And Brandon Smith will reach.
And it seems like the ball just got out of every player's hand that tried to catch it.
Yeah, that was a hard hit ball. I don't know if Joe Adele, the pitcher, fell down. Or I don't know what he did.
It looked like he might have kind of dove for it a little bit.
And yeah, maybe just momentum brought him down, but he kind of just landed right on his stomach. And then Justin Protasio, the second baseman, tried to make a play barehanded and could not field it cleanly, but it's a hit for Brandon Smith. And that'll bring up Cam Newell in his first minors at bat, batting from the left side. I'm sure Ben Taylor loves having another lefty in the lineup. The only one here is Terrence Connolly. Runner at first is off. It's a fly ball to center field, and making the catch is Chester Pack, but they're going to have to make a quick throw, and they'll double them up. Brandon Smith, I think, thought that ball was going to drop. He was at second base when Chester Pack made the catch. So that is a double play. Brandon Smith is the second out. So that is actually ruled as an 8-3 double play. Cam Newell was the first out. Smith was the second. That'll bring up Mitchell now, the catcher from Texas A&M. 1 for 3 with an RBI. First pitch in the dirt and stopped by Nate Nolan, the catcher. Four nothing Pilots here in the bottom of the second. Adell kicks. Here's his pitch to Now. Breaking ball called strike, 1-1. Last night Mitchell Now was 0 for 3, had an RBI. Called strike, 1-2. Now is 1 for 11 on the season with 2 RBIs. This is his 4th game. 1-2. In the dirt, scooped up by Nolan. Terrence Connolly, the second baseman, waits on deck. So if we don't get our first look at Johnny Loker here in the second, it will come in the third. 2-2, Adell kicks. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the mid of Nate Nolan for strike 3. First strikeout for Adell. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the tall right-hander from South Florida. Still 4-0 Pilots. We head to the third on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
And welcome back, everybody. I'm Emma Tiedemann alongside Austin Pollock. We head to the top of the third inning. The Miners trail the Glacier Pilots 4-0. Brings up right fielder Nikki Saenz. He was struck out by Ryan Hendricks. Excuse me, that's Nico Saenz. Struck out by Hendricks in the first inning. His first pitch is low ball 1. Saenz was struck out twice last night, while Kyle Serrano was on the mound for the Miners. Not able to reach base. Count 2-0 now. Swung on, high fly ball down the left field line. And that is out of here for home run number 2 of the evening for the Glacier Pilots. And it was just to the right of the left field foul pole. Brandon Smith was there at the wall ready to catch it, but it was too far gone.
This is something new. We just haven't seen home runs through these first 5 games, but now we see it, and they're kind of starting to pick up, and I wouldn't expect to see the first 2 at Herman Brothers. I would have expected to see them perhaps at Mulcahy.
We saw quite a few during batting practice yesterday before the game.
That's actually that's the second home run of the season for Nico Sainz.
Sainz also has 3 RBIs.
And he just got a 4th.
Now at the plate, Ray Guarini, the designated hitter for the Pilots. He also already has a home run on the season, also with 3 RBIs. He's hitting .375. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. And that's ball 2. Oh, strike 2. Outfield straightaway for the Miners. As fans are still coming in, we can see their feet under the outfield wall. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, ball 2.
It's one thing to do on a Saturday night in Alaska. Go to a Miners game.
The beautiful scenery, of course, the clouds coming in over the mountains. Very low clouds around the mountains today, I was noticing.
Kind of a cool look.
2-2 pitch, low, full count now. Yeah, definitely kind of a cool, eerie look.
It's Instagram worthy.
Definitely Instagram worthy.
Got a couple on there.
3-2 pitch, swung on, foul back.
Boy, these hitters just aren't too happy with us. We've seen a lot of foul balls hit toward us.
Feel personally attacked.
Yeah, me too.
At least there's a chain link fence. I don't think I can say that enough. That there's a barrier between us and the foul balls.
That's good.
3-2 pitch, chopper down the third base line, scooped up by Senzel, makes the throw at first for out number 1. So good play there by Senzel. We haven't seen him at third base. Usually that's the job of Jordan Rogers out of Tennessee.
Yeah,
Both Senzel and Rogers out of Tennessee.
Talking with Senzel last night on the way back from Anchorage, I asked him where he's kind of comfortable. He said pretty much DH, second base, kind of where he played at Tennessee, and actually won that freshman All-American as a designated hitter.
First pitch to Kevin Veers, the third baseman on the Pilots, a little outside for ball 1. Veers, a left-handed batter. He was walked in the second inning. Swung on, high fly ball into center field. Cameron Frost going back and catches it for out number 2. And I believe it's kind of sprinkling now.
A couple fans have the umbrellas and the hoods up.
Yeah. That brings up Nate Nolan, the catcher for the Glacier Pilots. Nolan is hitting at an even .500 on the season. 3 RBIs, 1 double. He had a single in the second inning. And was able to score a run off of that.
Action in the Miners bullpen. Right-hander John Boyer getting loose. Tossing with Matt Decker. I've only got one look at Boyer.
Ground ball up center field off the glove of Panachone, and Nolan able to reach first base.
That ball was hit very hard, and Panachone had to go to his left to make a play. Went off his glove, but that's a hit just because of that ball was hit very hard. Tough to make a play on that.
Now at the plate, Clayton Taylor, who had the home run in the second inning, the first baseman.
Mitchell now out there trying to calm down Ryan Hendricks. Trying to find a strategy to get Clayton Taylor out. He already went yard, as Emma just said.
And with a man on, the Miners don't need any more runs scored. They do trail 5-0. First pitch, little outside, ball 1. Nate Nolan on first base. Taylor at the plate, the lefty. The 1-0 pitch, and there's strike one. Big swing by Taylor for strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Showing 56 pitches for Hendricks. It seems like a lot.
It does. For the third inning.
That does seem like a lot.
Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs.
Well, looking at it, the Pilots in the second inning almost batted around.
That is very true. High fly ball down the first base line. Going for it is Cam Newell. And instead it drops foul.
Boy, that ball just comes right off the bat of Clayton Taylor. It looked that one for a split second, just of how high it was. I thought it was going to go, but
Yep.
realistically, not very close.
He does have a lot of power.
It's just the way it comes off the bat.
Count still at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Another big swing this time. Ryan Hendricks gets Clayton Taylor swinging for strike 3, and that retires the side for the Miners. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, the Miners still trail the Glacier Pilots 5-0. You are listening to Miners Radio Network. And welcome back to Herman Brothers Field. At the bottom of the third inning, brings up Terrence Conley, the second baseman, out of UNC Wilmington. Terrence, left-handed batter, hitting .222 on the season with 1 RBI. First pitch inside, ball 1. Fielder Pack a little to our left. High ball going foul, but giving chase is Veers. Veers catches it on the gravel just a little ways down from the dugout. And that is out number 1 for the Glacier Pilots, who have been actually doing a very good job with pitching and fielding.
Well, yeah, I mean, Joe Adell has only given up 1 hit to the Miners, as now we're going to get our first look at Johnny Loker.
Johnny Loker, the left fielder tonight.
Not a very big guy.
He did have that great catch, though, out in left field.
He did.
In the first inning. Takes a big swing at the first strike. First pitch.
Johnny Loker from Stanford. A couple of his Stanford teammates got selected in the draft.
Pitch outside for ball 1. 1-1 pitch, swung on, grounder to short. Diving for it is Dobson. Dobson not able to scoop it up in time, and Loker gets on base for his first at bat with the Miners.
Yeah, give Loker a single, gets the hit in his first AB. And Cameron Frost coming to the plate. He has definitely been the Miners' hottest hitter entered today. Leading the Miners in hitting. Had a big triple yesterday. Be good to get the Miners on the board, trailing 5-0 here in the third.
First pitch in there for strike one. Quick look over to Loker at first. Gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And there for strike two. Frost, I believe, has seen 6 moose.
Is that the count?
That's
6?
the count. He has seen 6.
We've got our whiteboard here. I think we're gonna do a little bit of, what do they call those things? T-charts, right?
Yeah.
Frost on one side, you on the other.
Outside ball 1.
I'm actually gonna do that right now.
He said he saw a lady moose and a boy moose yesterday. I guess after they came back to the field after the game in Anchorage. 1-2 pitch, foul back. I think he's seen the most moose on the team.
Well, I've been here for a month, and what's my count now? 4.
We saw 3 last night.
We did. That counts as 1.
Really?
I'm gonna count that as 1.
I've been counting them as 3.
So
We saw a little family of moose.
That's 5 for me.
Inside, gets behind Nolan, the catcher, and Loker able to advance to second base. So the count for Cameron Frost is 2-2. So we nailed down the moose situation.
Not quite. Cameron Frost has seen 6. You
Yeah.
have seen. We're gonna count those 3 as 1.
Okay, so 2.
2. I'm gonna put me in there too. I know I'm the outsider, but how many have I seen? 5. Oh, it's a close race between me.
I
and
have some catching up to do.
Oh, yes, you do.
I have to go hiking soon. Swung on, foul ball down the first base side for Frost. But yeah, Cameron updates me just about every day, either via Twitter or whenever we see each other at the field, about the number of moose he has seen. It's sad though because we all have host families in the same general area.
But I haven't seen any in that area.
Yeah. Big swing for strike 3 as Cameron heads back to the dugout with a strikeout. The second strikeout for pitcher Joe Adell from the Glacier Pilots. Brings up Paul Panachone, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Another great batter for the Miners, hitting .381 overall this season with 3 RBIs and 3 doubles. First pitch, strike 1. Also, Johnny Loker still at second. Able to advance from first. A little bit of a wild pitch, getting behind Nolan, the catcher. Little low, ball 1. Now to Panachone.
We need another whiteboard in here. We could do the entire team. Everybody.
Wow. Yeah.
We should find a trophy with a moose on it at the end of the year and give it out. Whoever wins. I mean, I guess we technically have the space for it, but we have the standings here.
Yeah,
We gotta update
keep
those.
up the standings.
We update those every day.
So 2 balls, 1 strike to Panachone. Pitch swung on, looper right over the infield, and it's able to get down as Loker able to come around the bases. Panachone holds up at second.
Boy,
Panachone with an RBI double.
he is just pounding the ball. I mean, pounding. I'm telling you, he looks so comfortable up there. He's just been dialed in, and it's doubles. He's getting the big hits.
And that was a great hit, putting the Miners on the board.
That was his 4th double of the season. 4th.
And it brings up Nick Senzel, who has yet to be struck out. We talked about that earlier. Senzel had a fly out to right field. He hit the first pitch he was given in the first inning. Said takes his first pitch as a strike. Senzel with 2 RBIs and 2 doubles and 1 triple. Oh, 1 pitch. There for strike 2. Kind of caught that outside corner. Panachone with a lead off of second base. Pilots don't seem to be too concerned about it. Panachone, another very quick base runner. Pitch gets away from Nolan, but Nolan able to keep it in front of him to prevent Panachone from heading to third.
It's also Paul's 4th RBI. He's hit now in every game, all 6, and he's had 3 multi-hit games.
1-2 pitch, outside, ball 2. On deck is Hunter Simmons, who was out with a fielder's choice in the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Here's a pitch to Senzel, high for ball 3. Full count now.
Hunter was our pregame profile on Thursday against the Chinooks. Excuse me, the Monarchs.
Josh Meyer, the Miner, was ours yesterday.
Cameron Frost today. I don't think we've decided for tomorrow.
No, I haven't decided yet. 3-2 pitch, outside, ball 4. And Panachone decided to make his way to third.
He did. Ball got away from the catcher, Nolan.
And now at the plate, Hunter Simmons. Simmons has 2 RBIs on the season. Hitting 133. Very patient, though.
As always.
First pitch, strike.
Hunter's got a little bit of power. We don't really see it when he's at the plate. He has 2 hits on the season. But in BP, you could see it.
Pitch low, ball 1. And Nolan, again, having to keep the ball in front of him and watch out for those pitches that are in the dirt. Adele, the pitcher for the Pilots, kind of making Nolan work a little bit for these pitches. Hunter fouls one back down the first base side, out of play.
Now we're going to work on this cheat chart we got here for the moose count. Whenever there's a lead change, we'll put it on Twitter.
Oh, definitely.
Where you can follow us at ABL Miners.
Senzel goes to second. High fly ball to right center field. Very high as Pack finally able to catch it, and that's out number 3 of the inning. But the Miners put 1 run on the board. As we head to the top of the 4th inning, Miners trail still 5-1 behind the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. You are listening to Miners Radio Network.
Here's your first winning number, 835-374. 835-374. Your second winner, 536-912. 536-912. And your third winner, 835-119. 835-119. Claim those prizes.
Starting things off for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, J.J. Wagner, the left fielder. He was hit by a pitch in the second and has yet to get a hit so far this season. Ryan Hendricks still on the mound as his first pitch to Wagner. Big swing by J.J. Strike one. 0-1 pitch. And there's strike two, excuse me. Outfield and infield still playing straight away. There is no wind right now in Palmer. Flags are very calm out center field. 0-2 pitch, a little low and outside for ball one. And Wagner fouls the 1-2 pitch out behind the first base stands. Count still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch a little high, ball 2. And a big swing for Wagner, and that is strikeout number 5 for Ryan Hendricks out of Texas A&M. Great way to start the top of the 4th inning for Hendricks. Brings up Ryan Dobson, hitting in the 9th position tonight, the shortstop. He also has yet to hit this season and was struck out in the 2nd inning. First pitch by Hendricks, low and outside, ball 1. Fouls this one back, and now down in the count. Or no, excuse me, that's even count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't know if somebody made a catch down there, but everyone kind
of cheered.
Yeah. A lot of kids in the batting tunnel right behind the Miners dugout.
Big swing, strike 2. A lot of batters being fooled by Hendricks' pitches. A lot of swings and misses tonight.
John.
And also the same with Serrano last night, too.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch, ball 2.
John Boyer was warming up for the Miners in the 3rd. There is no bullpen action right now.
Ground ball to shortstop, scooped up by Panachone, makes the throw at first, and that's out number 1. 2. That's back to the top of the order for the Pilots with Justin Protasio. Had a fly out to left field to Johnny Locker in the 1st inning. Had a single in the 2nd. Hitting .316 on the season with 2 doubles. Takes first pitch inside, ball 1.
The sun is starting to sort of shine right in our booth. I don't have my blue sunglasses today.
Do you like mine?
No, it's okay. I think I'll be okay.
It's shining through
Right.
the clouds, kind of, is it? I can't see it from my angle. Pitch high and outside for ball 3. Hendricks now down in the count. Protasio hit the game-winning RBI single last night to end the ball game in the 10th inning. And now he will take his base. He is walked by Ryan Hendricks. Brings up Chester Pack. Grounded out to shortstop in the 1st inning, then was thrown out and a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Pack hitting .267 with 3 doubles. Very quick. So he hits a high fly ball to deep center field. Going back for it is Cameron Frost, and it drops, hits the wall. And Protasio rounds 3rd. And the throw is in there to Nick Senzel at third base. Pack wanted some extra bases and slid into third, but Senzel had the ball in his glove, and that is out number 3 for the Miners. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, the Miners still trail 6-1. And you are listening to Miners Radio Network. Now at the plate for the Miners, designated hitter tonight, Brandon Smith, the right-handed batter. Smith had a single in the second, but then was tagged out. We usually see him in left field, but tonight Johnny Loker, the new addition to the Miners roster, is out there playing. So Smith is going to be the designated hitter. So he fouls one back, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, and there's strike 2. Chester Pack, the center fielder, playing way over into right center field. Just about in right center field. And then pitch to Brandon Smith, high and inside for ball 2. Swung on, grounder down the third base side, scooped up by Veers, the third baseman. Makes the throw across the field to first baseman Taylor. We have the first out of the inning.
Just not seeing the same minor bats that we really seen through these first 5 games. The first 2 or 3 games. It's just been the bats have been a little quiet. We saw a couple guys. I was here at around 2:15 for a little bit and saw a lot of guys, pretty much everybody, taking extra swings in the cage, but it's a little quiet right now.
Brings up Cam Newell. He's playing right field tonight for the first time. Newell, another left-handed batter. He had a fly out to center field in the second inning. Takes second pitch for ball 2. A little low and outside. Joe Adele for the Glacier Pilots still on the mound.
He's pitched well. 1 run on 3 hits.
And that one's in there for strike 1. Pitch swung on, fouled back. That is going to be strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now for Cam Newell. 1 out. Chester Pack in center field now playing a little bit over to our left, not too much. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded to second baseman Protasio. Protasio throws to Taylor. And it's a 4-3 out. Second out for the Miners. Brings up Mitchell now, the catcher tonight. He was struck out in the second inning. Has 2 RBIs on the season.
Mitchell now, it's a lot of home runs in batting practice. The Miners could really use one right now. Actually, I'm just looking. I actually just got a little distracted for a second. There is a very good-sized crowd here.
Oh, wow. And they're about the same size crowd down third base side, too.
Yeah, there's two sections on the first base side of bleachers, one on each side of the Miners dugout.
Now hits a very deep ball down the first base side. We should get word about the official attendance. Probably in about the 7th or 8th inning.
7th or 8th.
Be interesting to see. Now takes that one high for ball 1. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now he's hit by a pitch. So Mitchell will take his base at first. And that brings up second baseman Terrence Conley. It's the second hit by pitch tonight for Joe Adele. Terrence Conley hitting .222 on the season with 1 RBI. He had a fly out to Veers, third baseman. In the third inning, Conley's first pitch is a ball.
6th base runner for the Miners, just the 1 run.
It's a high fly ball down the third base side. Going for it again is Veers. And Veers makes the catch again. And that retires the Miners. So we head into the 5th inning. And the Miners are still trailing 6-1 behind the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Stay with us, and you are listening to the Miners Radio Network.
Back in Palmer, a 6-1 Pilots lead over the Miners. Nico Signs to lead things off. The 5th for the Pilots. 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Anchorage. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Miners. First pitch to Nico Signs is outside, ball 1. Nico Signs 1 for 2, a solo home run in the 3rd and struck out in the 1st. 1-0 from Hendricks, who's back out there swinging a big cut and miss on a breaking ball, 1-1. John Boyer up and tossing again, just to the right of the bullpen mound. 1-1 from Hendricks. Swing and slapped foul right side. 1-2. Eco signs from St. Mary's College. It was the first strikeout for Ryan Hendricks in the first. One, two. In the dirt, scooped up by now. 2-2. Defense is straight away. Ray Garini and Kevin Veers to follow. Pitch to sign, swing and a miss. Strike 3. 6th strikeout for Hendricks, and there's 1 out here in the 5th. The Miners pitchers, they've struck out a lot of batters. Hendricks had 7 strikeouts in his first outing last Monday. Nick Serrano had 8 last night. Hayden Howard, when he pitched, had quite a few. I think he had 7.
Howard had 5.
5. I was 2 off as Ray Garini singles to left. 1 out base knock for the Pilots. 1 on 1 out for Kevin Veers. All right, so I was off by 2, but
Close.
just not able to really get the W's. The outs, when they're recorded, are strikeouts. Not really much else. First pitch in the dirt, stopped by now. No movement for Garini on first. Kevin Veers, the third baseman from Fresno State. Hendricks sets. 1-0. Kicks. Fires. Swing and a big cut. 1-1. Garini stole 3 bases for West Virginia this past season. Was 3 for 3. Lifted out to left center, Loker and Frost, but it is Cameron Frost to make the catch, 2 away. Garini back to first, and that'll bring up Nate Nolan, the catcher.
Now batting catcher number 26, Nate Nolan.
Looks like some double barrel action over in that Miners pen. Nick Blazer is just playing catch out there. First pitch, hard chopper to third. That is Senzel. Goes to second for the force to retire the side. Still 6-1 Pilots. We head to the bottom half of inning number 5 here at Herman Brothers Field on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. New pitcher on for the Anchorage Pilots. Left-hander Henry Fashu, 6 feet, 205 pounds. Just finished his junior year from LSU.
Johnny Locker.
And that'll bring up Johnny Loker. First pitch is a ball. Loker singled and scored in the third. His only plate appearance. 2-0 the count. Henry Fauchot doesn't throw very hard. That's a 2-0 count. It's a 2-1 count now after the strike. Outside, 3-1. Fauchot from Laplace, Louisiana. Three and 1. Fouled right back below us. Full count on Loker. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Fauchot. Center fielder Chester Pack was way over toward right center. A big, huge gap out in left center if you can see it on your screen. I wish we had something that we can sort of use to circle the big gap. Frost's first pitch is fouled off over by the on-deck circle.
Frost hit a lot of foul balls at his last at-bat.
Just to the left of the yellow sign in right center. As Frost sends one out to center, back is Chester Pack. In front of that yellow sign, makes the catch 2 away. He's 0 for 3. Now bring up Paul Panaccione. And so Chester Pack was basically right there. It was hit right to him. And I think if Frost had hit that ball in that left center field gap and it went to the wall, he would have had 3. We've had a triple, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Could have gone all the way. Maybe. He's fast. Maybe. That's a stretch.
If there was an error, oh yeah, he would have been gone.
If there was something off there. Maybe he took a bad route to the ball, something. Here's Paul Panaccione. Was hit by a pitch in the first, doubled to drive in Johnny Loker in the third. 2-0.
The final line on Joe Adele. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run.
2-0. Called strike. Three and 1. John Boyer has made his way from foul territory. That's a strike to Panaccione. He dropped his bat, was about maybe a third of the way down the first base line. Gets the bad news from the home plate umpire. He comes back. But John Boyer has made his way from foul territory to the bullpen mound. 2-2 to Panaccione. 3-2 is high ball 4. So he's on for the third time. Now bring up Nick Senzel. Senzel flew out to right in the first, walked in the third.
Senzel.
Miners have not done a lot of stealing this season. First pitch to Senzel in the dirt, stopped by Nate Nolan, the catcher. They've been pretty quiet on the base paths.
Yeah, and I would think we'd see some more steals with the speed of like Panaccione and Frost.
1-0, outside 2-0. Yeah, I agree. They started early, but they weren't really having the best results. And I think right now, when you've lost 2 straight and you had the tie in there, and you're down 6-1 right now, you just got to keep these guys on base.
Mhm.
You don't want to take any chances. 3-0 the count on Nick Senzel, freshman All-American from the University of Tennessee. Pitch is high ball 4, a 4-pitch walk from Henry Fauchot. Back-to-back walks. That brings up Hunter Simmons. Simmons 0 for 2. Flew out to center his last time up.
Nice smell of hot dogs and hamburgers coming in the broadcast booth. You smell that?
No, I don't.
No? Still don't smell the grill?
No, I hope I'm not getting sick. Here's Simmons. Runner in scoring position. First pitch from Fauchot is in there, called strike. Henry Fauchot from LSU. Fastball mid to high 80s and a big curveball. Pitches in the dirt, 1-1. Fauchot was 3-0 with a 4.22 earned run average for the Tigers. Appeared in 16 games, 21 in the third innings. 11 walks, 14 strikeouts. 1-1 inside, 2-1. Brandon Smith waits on deck. He's 1 for 2. Simmons, slightest wiggle of the bat. 2-1 from Fauchot. Low ball 3-1.
Simmons is made for this situation.
He really is to load him
Fauchot,
up.
the past two batters have walked.
Simmons
and-
leads the team in walks.
Yeah, I mean this is what he likes.
3-1 low ball 4. That loads him up for Brandon Smith. And Smith has been one of the hottest hitters for the Miners. Everybody's kind of cooled down a little bit, but Smith has really remained hot. And now catcher Nolan will meet with Henry Fauchot to try to figure out what to do here. I would imagine infield might be in. Well, there's 2 outs, so probably not. Brandon Smith entered tonight with a 5-game hitting streak, and he is hitless. He has a single in the second, so he's hitting every game this summer thus far. First pitch from Fauchot. Outside, ball 1. So Panachone on third, Senzel on second. Simmons, with his 7th walk of the summer, is on first. And 2 outs, and the Miners down by 5. Pitch to Smith, lifted to the right side, out of play, foul. 1-1. First 2 batters retired. Loker struck out. Frost flew out to center. And then the last 3 batters have walked. Brandon Smith from Grand Canyon looking to do some damage. 1-1. Inside and low. 2-1. Swing and a big cut. 2-2. Before the first game on Sunday against the Chinooks, when we were watching batting practice, I realized that Brandon Smith, and I said this to him, he's got a lot of power. He was hitting the ball deep. Haven't really seen any big, deep fly balls like they could leave the yard. 2-2. Fouled straight back over by the concession stand. Still 2-2.
Well, in this situation, Fauchot's thrown a couple more strikes, and Smith has swung and fouled one back now. But Smith might be just happy with sitting back and waiting for those 2 balls and taking a base, walking a player in.
2-2, fly ball to right. That's Nico Sainz. He is under it, and he makes the catch. The Miners leave them loaded. Still 6-1 Pilots as we head to the 6th on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
And welcome back, everybody. We have a new pitcher on the mound and a new catcher behind the plate. John Boyer on the mound for the Miners, and now catching is Josh Meyer, the Miner. And starting things off for the Pilots is Clayton Taylor, the first baseman. Had a strikeout in the had a home run in the second inning, and then was struck out in the third.
John Boyer from Kansas City Community College from Wasilla, Alaska, only about 20 minutes from here.
Practically down the road. The Palmer-Wasilla Highway.
Basically, yeah.
First pitch to Taylor is a strike, and so is the second.
Good breaking ball from Boyer. It's appeared in one game. It was June 11th against the Chinooks.
And that's ball one. It's a little low.
Boyer went 2 2/3 in that game. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, struck out 1, faced 10 batters.
Outside ball two.
He used to play hockey. I think that's what I remember him telling me that a couple times.
Ground ball to Conley. Conley, quick throw to Simmons at first, and that's out number one.
But I'm looking at this. He's listed as 6'6", 215 pounds.
6'6".
He's very tall.
Wow,
He
yeah.
is. Just trying to figure out what position maybe he played in hockey.
I'm not the best with my hockey background.
I'm more just, I'll admit it, I'm a little bit of a bandwagon fan. A little bit.
I grew up with the Stars.
I grew up with the Bruins. I'm not going to talk about the playoffs this year.
But growing up in Dallas means you're a Cowboys and Rangers fan, and
Oh.
Mavs. The poor Stars kind of get brushed over in that Cowboys madness.
The Bruins are making their way up there in Boston.
Oh, yeah,
It's-
definitely.
it's-
I've heard of them, making some
Yeah.
waves.
2011 was a good year. Won the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Lost the Stanley Cup last year to the Chicago
Yeah.
Blackhawks.
I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that.
No,
but,
I don't.
Big swing by J.J. Wagner now at the plate. That's strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike.
For us, it's the Red Sox and the Patriots.
Yeah.
Celtics are rebuilding.
Swing for strike 2.
I'm getting J.J. Wagner a little confused with J.J. Reamer, who saw with the Monarchs.
It's one down the third base side hitting his coach. I don't know if he hit him or he tried to catch and he dropped it.
Both.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Boyer on the mound, Meyer behind the plate. Wagner taking some swings. Here's the pitch. Fly ball down to left field, off the wall. Loker is there. Heading into second, slides heads first. Terrence Conley, the ball bounces out of his glove,
Fans
and
don't like
Wagner is there safe for the double.
Fans did not like it, but it's the right call.
From our angle, we have the perfect view to see the ball bounce out of Conley's glove. Actually, I think it bounced before Conley was able to grab it,
Yeah, I think
and
it's
he
just,
wanted to go with that through motion of tagging Wagner swinging, sliding head first, and
it was just
not there.
It was really just kind of like a second or a split second late. It was close though.
So that's 1 runner at second base. Brings up Ryan Dobson. That's also J.J. Wagner's first hit of the season. And it brings up Ryan Dobson. Also has not had a hit this summer. Had a strikeout in the second inning. Grounded out to short in the fourth. Now the count even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch by Boyer, swung on, foul down the third baseline.
Tomorrow's Father's Day.
It is. I talked to my dad today, briefly.
I did for about 5 minutes. Try to talk to him every day, every other day.
1-2 pitch outside, ball 2.
Miners have to get a win tomorrow against the Bucks. Gonna win for general manager Pete Christopher.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 2 sons. They help out here at the ballpark.
2-2 pitch. Another foul. Now this one down the first base side.
I don't know how old they are, his 2 sons. He's got one who's a little older than us.
Yeah.
We're going into our senior years, college.
He's going into grad school.
No, I think he just finished grad school. I think.
I thought he's going to Florida.
I didn't know. This is the first time hearing of that.
Ground ball to Panachone, shortstop. Gets it over to first. Is it in time? And it is. Out number 2, and Wagner stays at second. Great play by Panachone and Simmons to get that second out. Brings us back to the top of the order with Justin Protasio, second baseman. He had a flyout in the first, a single in the second, was walked in the fourth, and scored a run. He's hitting .316 on the season with 2 doubles. First pitch by Boyer is a little outside. Ball 1. Frost playing a little bit shallow out there in left center field. And that's in there for strike 1. Pilots lead the Miners 6-1. Top of the 6th inning. Pitch swung on straight back to Boyer. Flips it to Simmons at first. And that's a 1-3 out at the top of the order. And as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Miners still trail the Pilots 6 runs to 1. You're listening to Miners Radio Network. Welcome back, everybody. The Miners taking on the Pilots, still trailing 6-1. And this brings up Cam Newell, right fielder tonight for the Miners. Newell had a fly out to center in the second and grounded to second in the fourth. So he takes first pitch as a strike.
Meyer and Connolly to follow.
0-1 pitch, and there for strike 2. Oh-2 pitch. Swung on straight to the first baseman Taylor. Flips it to the pitcher. And quick running by Fauchot. Gets there just before Newell. And we have our first out of the inning.
Your catcher number 24, Josh Meyer.
And that brings up catcher Josh Meyer, the Miner. It's his first at bat for the evening. After taking Mitchell Now's spot. First pitch a little inside, ball 1. Hits one to center field, literally where Pack was standing. Pack had to take about 2 steps, and that's the second out of the game. Bringing up Terrence Conley, the left-handed batter. He has flown out he's hit a high fly ball down the third base side, his past 2 at-bats, and Veers, the third baseman, has caught it both times in foul territory. So he is 0 for 2. Two 0 now. That's in there for strike. Little outside, ball 3. And that is actually Blazer at the plate, not Terrence Conley. Strike 2 for Blazer. First time we have seen him so far tonight. It's a full count against Blazer, the pitch. And that is strike number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Miners as we head to the top of the 7th inning. You are listening to Miners Radio Network. And Nick Blazer also going to be playing second base after he pinch hit last inning. He will be taking the spot of Terrence Conley out there at second base. And first up for the Glacier Pilots is Chester Pack. First pitch by Boyer in there for strike 1. Chester Pack 0 for 3 tonight, hitting .267 with 2 doubles. A little bit low for ball 1. A little bit low and outside, that's ball 2. 2-1 pitch. I guess it got the outside corner a little bit. A little too outside.
Yeah, Boyer doesn't get the call.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that's ball 4. Boyer worked a little quickly there. Quicker than usual, it seemed like. Brings up Nico Sainz.
This has been a quick game so far. It is 8:41 Alaska time, and we are in the top of the 7th.
Nico Sainz had 2 strikeouts and 1 home run.
Little quick. Nothing too crazy.
Hits 1-2 shallow center field, and it will drop. Sainz makes it to first, and Pack, makes it to second. Center fielder Cameron Frost and Cam Newell, the Camerons, not able to get there in time, but they were able to get there to prevent Pack from heading to third. Bringing up Ray Guarini, the designated hitter tonight. He had a single in the 5th inning. Has been struck out and grounded out. First pitch in there, strike 1. Guarini thought about swinging at it, instead decided not to, but it was a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A little outside, ball 1.
It's been the breaking pitches. That's the control. I think tonight has been much better. It really has.
Yeah,
But
I'll agree with that. Hits 1 into shallow left field. And now the bases are loaded for the Pilots.
with nobody out.
So Pack, who's on third, was walked. Nico Sainz on second had a single, and Guarini also had a single as the infield and pitching coach Brad Baker all head to the mound to meet with pitcher John Boyer. Boyer, another very nice guy on the team, very friendly.
Absolutely. I had a chance to get to know him, let's see, 3 weeks that I was here before the season started. Yeah, he's a great guy. We did a trash pickup on the highway together, and we planted some flowers around here. Those flowers are not doing so well. Those flowers are not doing so well right now.
What state are the flowers in now?
I think about half of them are no longer with us.
Some of them still look nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Some of them look really rough.
Well, you should have seen what happened the first time. I forget. I don't know what they call it, but we took the entire thing out of the plastic and just dropped it in the dirt without ripping them up.
Oh no.
I don't know what they call that.
Amateur move.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it, but
I'll Google gardening technology terminology.
all I know is you're supposed to take them apart. My mom taught me that.
That didn't happen.
Now it's 2 quick strikes to Kevin Veers, third baseman. He was walked in the 2nd inning and had 2 flyouts to center field in the 3rd and 5th innings. The base is loaded. Here's the 0-2 pitch. High and inside, ball 1.
Other league action going on tonight down at Mulcahy Field in Anchorage. The Chinooks trail the Bucks 3-1. Panthers have an 8-2 lead on the San Francisco Seals, and the Oilers have a 7-1 lead on the Lake Erie Monarchs.
Veers fouls this one down the third base side.
We just saw those Monarchs on Thursday.
We did. I guess they're hanging out in Alaska for a little while.
I think. I might be wrong, but I think maybe they play all the teams. That's just a thought. I'm not 100% sure about that.
1-2 pitch. Swung on. Short chopper scooped up by Simmons. Simmons tried to toss it to Panachone covering second and not able to get enough power behind it or something. He instead bounced it to Panachone, and that brings in Chester Pack for the 7th run of the game for the Glacier Pilots, and the bases are still loaded.
Now batting, catcher number 26, Nate Nolan.
Brings up catcher Nate Nolan. Nolan is 2 for 3 tonight with 2 singles. So he's having a pretty good night. He already has 3 RBIs and 1 double for the season. This first pitch by Boyer is a strike.
There's still nobody out.
That's a little nerve-wracking
A
when you're in
little
this
bit.
situation. But then again, it's easier to get the double plays and because there's a force out on every base.
Right.
That's strike 2.
The ball that was hit to Simmons at first wasn't hit very hard. I mean, I was thinking if it was hit a little harder, he probably would have gone home with it just to get that lead run.
This one's in the dirt. The runners all move collectively as if they're all going to run, but then decide to head back to their respective bases. And also, I think another reason Simmons didn't throw it home is because his momentum was taking him towards second, and it was a shorter throw.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
So the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, low and outside, ball 2. So Kevin Veers at first, Ray Guarini is on second, and Nico Sainz is at third. 2-2 pitch. Very low in the dirt. Ball 3, now full count.
Boyer desperately needs a strike here.
Three-two pitch, swung on, and Nick Blazer with the catch, able to tag out Ray Guarini, who was off the base at second. So Blazer caught it in his glove, quick toss to Panachone covering second, tagged the bag. And that's the first 2 outs for the Miners. That brings up Clayton Taylor, the first baseman. First pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. Taylor had a home run in the second inning, hit one over the right field wall, then was struck out. He hits a deep one into left field. Going back is Loker. Loker able to catch it, and the Miners able to kind of contain the damage. Only 1 run scored after the bases being loaded. And as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning, the Miners still trail 7-1 behind the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. You're listening to Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field in Palmer, Alaska. New pitcher on the mound for the Glacier Pilots, Kyle Bovey. Bovey will face Johnny Loker, left fielder for the Miners tonight.
Bovey, a right-hander. I'd call that submarine.
Yeah.
I'd call that submarine. Sidearm 2 submarine. 5'10", 175 pounds. Just finished his sophomore year at Oregon Tech.
I do enjoy watching sidearm pitches.
I think it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's different.
First pitch inside, ball 1 to Loker.
Kyle Bovey is from Palmer, Alaska.
Wow. Hometown kid. Strike 1 for Loker. Hits one into shallow left field, able to drop, and Loker with another single. That is his second tonight.
Yeah, 2 for 3 thus far in his minor debut. Not bad.
As we head to the top of the order, brings up Cameron Frost.
With this minors lineup, I've kind of realized this in the last couple innings. With the 1-2 guys for the minors, Frost and Panachone, who are just such good hitters, to get those bottom of the order guys on base is huge because it's just RBI opportunities. I mean, Cameron Frost leads the minors in RBIs.
Bovey, there was a strike to Cameron Frost. Frost is 0 for 3 tonight, but leads the Miners coming into the game with batting average at .429. This one's outside, ball 1.
I used to try to do that whole sidearm submarine thing when I was in middle school, high school, whatever it was, and just could never do it. The ball would go everywhere.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
The control that some of these pitchers have with the sidearm is incredible.
Oh, I mean, if I was on that mound, one of those pitches from me may have hit this window.
That's outside, ball 3.
It was bad. And then I gave up and figured I'd just talk about baseball instead. I love it.
Swung on, foul down the third baseline.
Yeah, I think it broke his
a
bat.
bat.
I was also thinking about how this field, Herman Brothers Field, the playing field actually looks really, really good. There were some field renovations in the off season. And then actually less than a week before the season started, the entire infield had to be redone because of the rocks from the winter. So it's nice and smooth now.
Now we have a full count for Cameron Frost. 3-2 pitch, inside, ball 4. So now runners at first and second for the Miners.
Panachone coming up.
And we haven't really, this is Loker's first game with the Miners, so we haven't been able to really see his speed. But
Perhaps a double steal.
Right, and he's playing on left field, and he seemed pretty quick catching some of those fly balls. And the first pitch to Panachone hits him, and now the Miners have quickly loaded the bases.
That's the second time that Panachone has been hit by a pitch tonight. The second time.
What are the chances of that?
I don't know.
I mean, I can see people, batters being walked twice, 3 times in a game, such as Hunter Simmons. Senzel has been walked twice tonight.
Well, Panachone entered tonight's game having been hit once, and that was on June 9th. That was Monday in the 10-7 win against the Chinooks. He was hit then and now twice tonight. He's been on all four plate appearances, 2 hit-by pitches, a walk, and a double. It seems like kind of what do they call it? Reverse role reversal, sort of. I mean, the Pilots have given up quite a few walks tonight.
Oh, yeah.
3 for the Miners.
So bases loaded. Loker on third. Frost on second. As this ball almost hit Senzel on the right knee. Trying to get out of the way of it.
Still nobody out. Good news for Miners fans.
Senzel has been walked twice tonight. Had a fly out to right field in the first inning. Miners still trails 7-1 as he hits a short ground ball down the third base side, and Frost is tagged out with Beers able to scoop it out, but Johnny Loker able to score his second run of the game for the Miners. So don't count the Miners out yet. We might have a rally in the valley.
It's possible. It really is.
So with Paul Panachone at second and Nick Senzel at first, brings up Hunter Simmons. He was walked in his last at bat. Was out in a fielder's choice in the first inning, and a fly ball to center field in the third. It's the 1-0 pitch. Strike one. And that catches the outside corner for strike two. Miners fans still hanging around, supporting their team till the very end, which is always good to see with any fan base. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, big swing for strike three for Hunter Simmons, which we really don't see a lot. We don't see him strike out a whole bunch. And that is the first strikeout for Kyle Bovey, the Pilots pitcher. And that's the second out, bottom of the seventh inning. Bringing up Brandon Smith, the DH tonight. Had a single in the second. 1 for 3.
Smith has been up to bat in some interesting situations. Bases loaded, and now with 2 runners on.
Bovey catches that outside corner again for strike one. Bovey having some trouble finding that strike zone early, walking 2 batters in a row. But now it seems that he's found the zone. Smith fouls one back. No balls, 2 strikes now for Smith. Finds himself down in the count. Runners on first and second. You're down 7-2. Definitely want to score some RBIs in this type of situation, especially when left center field is just wide open.
Times like this, I wish I was able to sort of, what do you call it, finger paint it or whatever you want to call it.
like the crown thing on a paint.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if we can do that.
No, I don't think so. Actually, we could look into it. Not now, but at some point.
Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. The pitch. Outside, ball 2.
You can see, I really wish I just had something, but the center fielder pack is again over by that yellow sign and the white sign in right center. Right there. There's a big gap. Then the left fielder is pretty much playing a normal left field position.
Swung on right to the pitcher, Bovey. Bovey bobbles it, but is able to make the throw to first. So the Miners able to get away with 1 run scored, but they still find themselves down 7-2 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. You're listening to Miners Radio Network.
7-2, the Pilots lead the Miners as we start inning number 8 at Herman Brothers Field. Austin Pollock along with Emma Tiedemann. Just got word the attendance tonight, 799. 800?
800.
800. We're here. That's 801 though. First pitch from Boyer is outside ball 1. Ball 2. It's a pinch hitter for J.J. Wagner. And the pinch hitter grounds it foul, first base side. It's Adam Manzer from Anchorage. 0 for 3 on the season. Last played on June 9th against the Bucks. He was 0 for 1. Takes a pitch high. 3-1. Three one to Manzer is low ball 4. Then we have Ryan Dobson, the shortstop. He's 0 for 3. A pair of groundouts to Paul Panachone at short, and he struck out in the second. Manzer is 5'9", 160 pounds over at first base from Anchorage. Up and into Dobson, ball 1. John Boyer is still out there. He pitched the 6th, he pitched the 7th, and he's in here in the 8th. Pitch, twisted out to right field. Cam Newell is under it, makes the catch. 1 away. To top the order, Justin Protasio. He is 1 for 3, scored a run as an RBI, and he walked. First pitch outside ball 1. Want to know the count? Here's the pitch. Outside part of the plate for strike 1, 1-1.
Boyer's been doing a great job of, if he's down in the counter, throws a couple balls or 1 ball in a row, of kind of battling back with those strikes.
1-1 is ball 2. Boyer so far 2 1/3. That includes the fly out to Dobson. Dobson's fly out to right. 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, no Ks. Protasio sends one out to left center. Cameron Frost is under it in left center, makes the catch. 2 away for Chester Pack.
Now batting center fielder number 11, Chester Pack.
Pack is 1 for 3, scored a run, an RBI. Hard grounder to the left side, under the glove of Nick Senzel, and left a base hit. Adam Manzer up to second.
Now batting right fielder number 3, Nico Signs.
There is Nico Signs. Pitch out to right. Cam Newell makes the catch for out number 3. 7-2. The Pilots lead the Miners. We head to the bottom half of inning number 8 on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Back in Palmer, 7-2. The Pilots have a lead on the Miners. We head to the bottom of the 8th.
New third baseman also, number 19, Sagan Osborne.
Sagan Osborne now at third base.
For the Miners, number 14, right fielder, Cam Newell.
Cam Newell will face the new pitcher, Taylor Krasmerick. First pitch, low ball 1. Taylor Krasmerick, the right-hander. Second pitch, Newell ripped down the right field line, and that'll get down. Newell rounds first, heads for second, strong throw in. The slide into second, the tag. He's off the base, he'll be tagged. He's safe. Wow. Well, we've seen something. Cam Newell can hit the ball to right, and he can run. That was hit very hard down that right field line. A strong throw in from Nico Sainz. And I think Newell was running so hard he actually slid past the base, but he spun around and kept his hand on the bag. So he leads things off with a double against Krasmerick. And here is Josh Meyer, the catcher. Meyer is 0 for 1. Krasmerick's first pitch to Meyer. Way outside, ball 1. One and 0, the count on Meyer. Runner at second goes, and he's in there. Cam Newell steals his first base for the Miners. Look at that.
So these new guys.
Yeah.
Making some noise.
Stolen base for Newell, his first of the season. 1-1 count on Meyer. Krasmerick sets, kicks, fires. Swing and a big cut by Meyer, 1-2. Taylor Krasmerick from San Diego just finished his junior year, 6'2", 225 pounds. Was a 50th round draft pick by the LA Dodgers out of high school in 2011. Last pitched on Wednesday against the Panthers. 1-2 to Meyer, way outside, and Newell thought about going home. It got away from the catcher, Nolan. No advance for Newell at third, and the count's 2-2 on Meyer. Krasmerick against the Panthers, 2 innings, a run, 4 hits, 2 strikeouts. He got the save. Two and two, nobody out. Leadoff double for Cam Newell. Pitch, grounded foul, third base side over by the Pilots' third base dugout. Time to start voting. Actually, it's been time. It's been time. Time to vote for that player of the game. Tweet at us at ABL Miners. Send us an email, matsuminersbroadcast@gmail.com, or comment below on the live feed. 2-2 to Meyer. Low and away, full count. Forgot to mention that. Forgot to mention a player of the game.
I know.
Couple guys to consider. Game's not over yet.
Definitely not. Still plenty of time for a rally in the valley.
Always time for a rally in the valley. 3-2 to Meyer. Grounded foul, stays alive. Fans still hanging in. Nick Blazer waits on deck. Blazer from Cal State Northridge. Three-two. That's a little high. It's ball 4. I'll bring up Blazer. Blazer is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 6th against Henry Fachot.
Now batting, your second baseman, number 4, Nick Blazer.
Blazer, a little guy. First pitch, Slap to the right side. Nico Sainz comes in, makes the catch. Newell trying to tag. Strong throw, but he will go back to third. Good throw in from Nico Sainz. Oof.
These Pilot outfielders are very, very good.
They've got
We've seen
great
very,
arms.
yeah, they're quick. Except they just leave that huge hole open in left center field.
Yeah, and the Miners, when the Miners have had sort of a rally and a hit attack, they've hit it for the most part to left center.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the Pilots are just giving them an opportunity. Hey, here's a big gap. See what you could do with it. But they're just not able to put the ball out there. But someone to consider for player of the game, Johnny Loker. He's 2 for 3. He scored 2 runs. He comes to the plate. And they're going to call, I believe, a balk. I'm not positive. We'll have to check on that. And now, manager for the Pilots, Darren Westergaard, out there to argue with the second base umpire. Certainly pleading his case. I believe it was a balk. Still pleading his case. Johnny Locker waiting. Miners fans really want him to get off the field so they can keep going. So Blazer scores. It's now 7-3 Miners. Excuse me, Newell scores. Blazer was out. Meyer up to second. And here is Loker. Sends one foul right side. And if that foul ball did any damage to your car, visit our friends at Napa Auto Parts with locations in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. 1-1 the count on Loker. 2 for 3, scored 2 runs. Pitch swing and a big cut. Ball was in the dirt. 0-2. One away, a run in for the Miners. 7 runs, 11 hits for the Pilots. Pitch to Loker in the dirt, and the runner at second is going to go to third. Josh Meyer advances 90 feet. On the wild pitch by Taylor Kazmarek. One and 2 the count on Loker. Here's the pitch. Stays alive, fouls it off. Over by the Pilots' third base dugout. Due up for the Pilots in the ninth, it's Ray Guarini, Kevin Veers, and Nate Nolan. Actually, there was a pinch. There's a defensive replacement for Kevin Veers, Sagan Osborne. I assume he will bat in Kevin Veers' place. 1-2 to Loker. Stays alive again, fouls it off. So Ray Guarini, Sagan Osborne, and Nate Nolan.
And we have our first player of the game nomination, Paul Pancione.
Oh, want to consider. 1-2. Loker sends it foul behind us. It's been a 6-pitch at bat for Johnny Loker. Taylor Kazmarek, the 4th pitcher for the Pilots. Joe Adell, Henry Fachot, Kyle Bovey, and now Taylor Kazmarek.
They all have some very unique names.
Yeah. 1-2. Foul back. Or I guess he didn't get a piece of it. It's a drop third strike. That is a drop third strike. Meyer comes in to score the 4th run. So Locker will reach on the strikeout. The ball got away. I thought he fouled it off because it went right back to the screen. Just right over the top webbing of the glove, the catcher Nolan.
Now batting your center fielder, number 22, Cameron Frost.
And back to the top of the order, Cameron Frost. He's 0 for 3. On 1 on Cameron Frost. Taylor Kazmarek keeping a close eye on Johnny Loker at first. Pitch to Frost. Swing and a big cut, 0-2. 1 away, 2 runs in for the Miners. They trail 7-4. They're working on a rally.
Yeah. They still have time. They still have a 9th inning.
Yeah. They were down 6-1. They were down 7-1 entering this inning. Count is 1-2 on Cameron Frost. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Taylor Kazmarek. The other one was Johnny Loker, who reached on the drop third strike. 2 away for Paul Panachone.
Shortstop number 3, Paul Panachone.
Fans want to rally. You heard that,
Yeah,
too.
I heard that.
Here's Paul Panachone, first pitch way outside, ball 1.
Keeping an eye on Loker at first base.
Pitch, breaking ball called strike. Lifted to the right side, giving chase is Clayton Taylor as Justin Protasio makes the catch on the right field foul line for out number 3. The Miners get 2. They trail 7-4. We head to the 9th on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Top of the ninth in Palmer. 7-4. The Miners get 2 in the bottom of the 8th. There's a new pitcher on for the Miners. It's the right-hander from Chandler Gilbert Community College. It's the right-hander John Farindelli. 6'1", 180 pounds. He will face Ray Garini. First pitch called strike. A lot of
That had
gas
some
on that.
speed,
Yeah,
yeah.
that had some speed. That was loud. John Farindelli from Gilbert, Arizona. 0-1 is low ball 1. Got the loss, 2 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. That was the Miners' 9-5 loss against the Chinooks. As the 1-1 is low and away, 2-1. Lifted out to left field. And that is Johnny Loker to make the catch. 1 away.
Just about at the same spot that Guarini hit his fly ball the last time.
Now batting third baseman number 19, Sagan Osborne.
Here is Sagan Osborne. 1-1 the count. Oh, and 2. Sagan Osborne from Anchorage goes to Utah Valley. Last pitch June 9th against the Bucks. Actually, he batted. Strike 3. 3 straight pitches. 3 straight strikes for John Farindelli. 2 away. Starting to actually get a little dark here. It looks a little dark.
Yeah, darker than usual, I'd say.
Yeah. It's 9:26.
I think there's like mist or clouds coming over the mountains over there, and it might be rolling in
Oh, yeah.
over here.
Breaking ball low and away to Nate Nolan, the catcher. 2 away in the 9th. Miners trail the Pilots 7-4. 1-0 from Farindelli. That's a called strike. One. Breaking ball.
Wow.
That was beautiful. Strike 2. 1-2. That looked good. That looked really good.
These pitchers seem a lot more comfortable the
Yeah.
second time around.
1-2. Slapped foul straight to the right. Farindelli didn't pitch so well his first time out. This is his second appearance, but so far looks very good. He's got a 1-2 count on Nolan. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for John Farindelli. Miners coming up. A rally in the valley. It's time. Van Taylor greets his team as they come off the field. It's time to rally in the valley. 7-4. Pilots lead the Miners. We head to the bottom of the ninth on the Matthew Myers Radio Network. New pitcher on for the Pilots of Texas State, Justin Dellinger. Finished his sophomore year, 6'4", 200 pounds. It's time for a rally in the Valley. Nick Senzel, Hunter Simmons, and Brandon Smith. The Miners trail the Pilots 7-4. Pilots looking to go 5-1. Miners looking to stay at. Well, they're going to either go above or below 500. Looking to go above. They're 2-2. This is Dellinger's first appearance of the summer. First pitch grounded to the third base side, and that's going to be an error on the third baseman. Sagan Osborne tried to backhand it right in the heel of his glove. Now I'll bring up Hunter Simmons. Hunter is 0 for 3. Brandon Smith waits on deck, but a runner on. First pitch to Simmons, swing and a miss, but he fouls it off. John Farrelly pitched a very good ninth. Dellinger with a look at first. Pitch to Simmons. That's low, 1-1. Two on the count on Simmons. Dellinger kicks, fires. Chopped foul by Ben Taylor at third. Two and two the count. Nobody out. Tying run, if Simmons gets on, is in the on-deck circle. 2-2 from Dellinger. Up and in, 3-2. Fans still hanging out. Kind of a cool view of the mountains out there.
Kind of eerie, like I said earlier.
I like that.
Probably Instagram it later.
3-2. I don't know if that hit Simmons or if it was inside. So he reaches first. I don't know if it hit him or not. So Senzel up to second. Simmons on first. And here is Brandon Smith. He is the tying run. Nobody out. The Miners have had some late inning magic. Think about 6 days ago at the Chinooks, a 5-run ninth. Come back and beat the Chinooks. First pitch to Smith, shows bunt and doesn't pull back. He pulls back. It's called strike, 0-1. On 1. Pitch to Smith. Little high, 1-1. One on Smith. He's 1 for 4. Pitch from Dellinger. To the right side, just to the right of the foul line. It's foul out of play. Boy, if that had gotten down in fair territory, 1 run definitely would have scored. And maybe Simmons at first base. But Senzel at second base most likely would have scored. 1-2 on Smith. Dellinger sets. Kicks. Fires. Runners off. Runners advance. Both. Everybody's safe. Senzel to third. Simmons to second. Stolen bases for both. Two and two, the count on Smith. Here it is. Grounded to the left side. That's the shortstop. Dobson throws to first to get Smith. The run scores. It's 7-5. Senzel scores. Simmons still at second base. That'll bring up Cam Newell. Had a big double in the eighth.
I've been very impressed with the base running and the stealing tonight. So that's the second double steal of the game?
I think so. Dellinger keeping a close eye on Simmons at first base. Simmons doesn't have much speed,
Right.
so I don't think he'd go. But Ben Taylor is actually standing behind the third base bag. Kind of crouch down, kneel down as Newell sends that foul 0-1. I think he's in a position he's going to send. Dellinger is actually looking at the third baseman and the shortstop, and the third baseman is actually trying to pick something up.
And Wagner was moving around out in left field also.
0-1.
And now look at right center field.
There's a big gap in right center, but Newell's double was down that right field line. 1-1 the count on Cam Newell. Right center field, big gap. 1-1. Outside, 2-1.
Very outside.
Simmons doing a lot of dancing over there at second base.
Even if he doesn't steal, he's definitely in the heads of the infield and even Wagner out in left field.
That is for sure.
So at the very least, he's messing with them like that.
Sent out to right center field, but it'll drop in front of the right fielder, Nico Signs. Simmons will have to race to third. He's in safely. A big single for Cam Newell. Welcome to the minors. Simmons goes to third, and that'll bring up Josh Meyer. He is the winning run at the plate, and there's one out. We're having ourselves a rally in the valley right now.
Oh, yeah.
The Miners were down 7-1 at one point. It's now 7-5. Dellinger sets. Here's his pitch coming to Meyer. Breaking ball, that's high, 1-0. Things starting to get a little louder here at Herman Brothers Field.
Looks like just about everyone's still here. I haven't seen a whole lot of feet leaving underneath the outfield wall.
Pitch is low, 2-0. Count on Meyer. Dellinger sets, kicks, here it is. Swing and a big cut, 2-1. Nick Blazer waits on deck. He is 0 for 2. And Johnny Loker is in the hole. Typically you see the guy who is in the hole in the dugout, but no, Loker's actually standing basically on the field. Pitch to Meyer, that's low, 3-1.
Looks like he's kind of watching the form of Dellinger on the mound, really watching his pitching.
I think he wants to be at the plate in this situation. Some guys get nervous. Other guys,
They love it.
they love it. They really get excited. 3-1 on Meyer. 1 out. A run already in. He is the winning run. 3-1 from Dellinger. Swing and a miss. 3-2. It is getting exciting. It really is.
This Miners team is really fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. Late in the game. 3-2, step off. He balked. He balked.
Oh, my God.
A run is in. It's 7-6. Hunter Simmons scores the 6th run for the Miners, and Cam Newell up to second base. That's going to bring out Darren Westergaard. I don't know if he's going to the second base umpire who made the call or if he's going to the mound. It looks like he's going to the second base umpire.
And there is some rallying in this valley in Matsu tonight.
Still a 3-2 count. The tying run is at second base. Cam Newell is the only runner on. He has speed. 3-2 on Meyer the Miner. Nick Blazer waits on deck. Dellinger kicks and fires. Foul back. Meyer stays alive. Three-two pitch from Dellinger. Here it is. Ball 4. Excellent at bat by Josh Meyer, hanging in there. That's huge. That really is huge. That brings up Nick Blazer, and we're going to have a pinch runner, Dane Wunderlich, for Josh Meyer.
First base for the Miners. Out of Rice, number 9, Dane Wunderlich.
He is the winning run as Justin Dellinger is now out of the game. Ben Taylor, Sean Winston, the first base coach, they gather with Dane Wunderlich and Cam Newell, try to work on some sort of strategy here.
Coming in to pitch for the Glacier Pilots out of Long Beach State.
Still only 1 out.
Cameron Pongs is the new pitcher on for the Pilots. And he will face Nick Blazer. But Emma, this one has this has just been a fun game to watch. The Miners have scored 5 runs in the last 3 innings. They scored 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and already 2 here in the 9th. And it's not over. There's 1 out and 2 runners on. The tying run, Cam Newell is in scoring position at second base. This is exciting. I love this.
Oh, yeah. I was getting a little nervous there. The Miners were scoreless in the first and second innings after the Chinooks had their huge second inning 4-run scored for a 4-0 lead. And then the Miners with one run in the 7th inning and 2 runs in the 8th. And now 2 runs in the 9th.
It is exciting. It really is. We saw Cameron Pongs yesterday, but we didn't see him pitch. But he is a two-way player, and we are ready to go. So here is Nick Blazer in his 2nd game with the Miners. He had a pinch-hitting opportunity yesterday. He bats with the tying run at second, the winning run at first. These are the comeback kids.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Cameron Pongs, a junior out of Long Beach State, pitches low ball 1. Johnny Loker, someone to consider for player of the game. He is on deck, and you can still vote for your player of the game. You may even want to wait it out a little bit. Tweet at us at ABL Miners. Send us an email, matsuminersbroadcast@gmail.com, or comment on the live feed below. Pitch, ground ball to the infield. That's backhanded by Dobson. Goes to third. He's safe. He's safe. The bases are loaded. Cam Newell to third. Dobson, the shortstop, went into a slide to make the play. He did. He tried to throw it to Sagan Osborne, the third baseman, but the speed of Newell, he's safe. And now the tying run with one out is just 90 feet away.
And I must agree with Marie Simmons, who just sent us an email. This is some minor magic.
Oh, this really is.
I think that's the perfect phrase for this situation. Minor magic and a rally in the valley. Woo, we got a game.
We really do. And here is Loker. First pitch. That's a called strike.
Still only one out, though.
7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Miners. Pong sets, kicks, here it is. Loker sends it to the right side, foul out of play. And I think rain is coming down.
A little bit, yep.
The umbrellas are out. But I don't think you could stop this unless you see lightning or if you hear thunder, but I don't think you could stop this game right now.
No. That's one thing I haven't seen in Alaska, thunder and lightning.
It takes away the momentum. 0-2 to Loker outside, 1-2. Loker is 2 for 4. He scored 2 runs. The umbrella's out. 1-2. Pong's kicks. Here it is. Outside, it gets away. Wow, Cam Newell stays at third in a very, I would say that's a wise decision.
Yeah, because he was going, then he hesitated, and then that's whenever he went back to third, because if he didn't take that second to hesitate, he would have had a much better start and a much better jump off of third, but that quick second hesitation, he would have been out. So can all kind of take a deep breath.
Yeah, 2-2 the count on Loker. 1 out, bases full of Miners. The tying run nearly came in. 2-2 pitch from Pongs. Inside, 3-2.
Oh,
This
my
right
gosh.
here is the pitch of the game right now. Talk about pressure.
Yeah. For your first Miners game.
Oh, yeah. But he's done very well. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. He's trying to get his first RBI. 2. Loker seems very calm. 3-2. Chopped foul. Third base side. Cameron Pong, 6'4", 210 pounds from Chino Hills, California. He's pitching to Johnny Loker with a 3-2 count, the tying run at third for the Miners. Here's the pitch. Swing, a high fly ball out to deep left. Back goes Adam Manzer. It's gone! A grand slam, and the Miners walk off with the win! Wow, I have never seen a game like this. Johnny Loker, welcome to the Valley. The Miners walk off a grand slam win. A 10-7 win, and they are mobbing at home plate. Unbelievable.
What a team, and I think we have the player of the game.
A successful rally in the Valley. A grand slam. Johnny Loker, the Miners, score 6 runs in the 9th to come back and beat the Pilots. I think we know who our player of the game is. We're going to call it Johnny Loker. Welcome to the Valley.
Woo, what a game!
We're going to take you right into the Matsu Miners pregame show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. When we return on the Matsu Miners Radio Network, once again, the final score, a walk-off grand slam for Johnny Loker and the Miners beat the Pilots 10-7. We'll be right back on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
If we could get Mr. Ben Taylor and Mr. Johnny Loker up to the press box, please. Mr. Ben Taylor.
We are back on the Matsu Miners pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
Post-game show.
Did I say pregame show?
Yeah, you did.
Post-game show. Wow. Johnny Loker, his first game with the Miners. Finishes 3 for 5. He scores 3 runs, 4 RBIs. The time...
What a way to start your Miners summer.
I don't think this is exaggerating. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. You got a young kid here and steps up to the plate, works a full count.
Right.
Your team is down 7-1 going into the 7th. You win 10-7, a 6-run 9th. Capitalized by the grand slam for Johnny Loker.
Right.
And right now, he's a little busy. We're going to hear from Ben Taylor. Johnny's a little busy, I think. He is, there are a lot of people looking for pictures and, autographs,
yeah.
but I just spoke to Ben Taylor. Ben's going to come up here and they're going to get Johnny up here. So bear with us. Hang in there. We'll keep you busy until we get those two up here, because what a special night for the Miners. And first, we're going to hear from manager Ben Taylor on Taylor's take on the Matsu Miners postgame show. We'll be right back with Ben Taylor. All right, there you see him, manager Ben Taylor on Taylor's take on the Matsu Miners postgame show. You see the smile right there, Coach. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I was telling some of the guys in all my years as a college coach, that's the first walk-off slam in a good way I've ever been a part of. What a night.
Yeah, I mean, your team is down 7-1 going into the 7th. Did you say anything?
No, not a word.
Not a word.
No, just they got to go play. They got to go figure it out.
Is there something special about this team?
Maybe,
right now there is.
Maybe. They're just trying to figure out who they are. We had 4 new guys come in yesterday. Locker, one of them. Cameron Newell, one of them. Blazer, one of them. They're trying to get into their routine. They're trying to figure out when to do things, how to do things. So to be able to get this split like this is just awesome.
And by a kid who just got here yesterday. I mean, we were just shocked.
Yeah, if Johnny Locker pays for his dinner tonight in Palmer, we've got problems.
What's the plan after this? Do you even know?
The plan is to get a good night's sleep and go to Anchorage and see if we can feed off this. But hey, one of the things we can't get lost in all this is how awesome Boyer was tonight.
Oh yeah.
This is 2 times now that we've asked Boyer to come in and basically longman mop-up duty, and he's kept us in ball games. And he really gave us a chance to win that game with, I think he gave up, yeah, this is probably the guy you really want to talk to.
Yeah,
anyway.
Keep going, though.
4 innings, 1 run, or 3 innings, 1 run out of Boyer. So it's just massive. And
also John Farindelli pitched for 1 inning, but it was great
nice
pitching.
to get Johnny back on the horse, and that was more of what we saw, out of him at my place in Chandler Gilbert, and it's just a good night all the way around.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We'll hear from Johnny Loker next, and congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, very good.
All right, we'll be right back with Johnny Loker on the Matsu Miners postgame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. All right, folks, there you see him, Johnny Loker, your player of the game, a walk-off grand slam, a 6-run ninth. How you feeling, Johnny?
I'm kind of like speechless right now. Kind of best way I can think of to start off the season, but
You've never been a part of anything like this.
I've never hit a home run, or I've never hit a grand slam, and I've never hit a walk-off. So
Take me through that at bat. I mean, you worked the count 3-2, and that last pitch you just send over. You already had a good game to start with, but I mean, take me through that. Was the heart beating, racing? You staying calm? Walk me through it.
yeah. I was just trying to stay calm, not do too much. He got up on me, and then he started nibbling a little bit, and I was able to work the count 3-2. I knew the tying run was on third base, so I knew a fastball would be coming. And honestly, I was just trying to put the ball on the ground because with my speed, I knew they wouldn't double me up. But I guess I got under it a little bit.
So what do you think of this team now? Like after coming back and I don't know if you've been following them, but they had a 5-run ninth their first game. We're kind of conservatively calling them the comeback kids. They keep coming back with a lot of runs in the 8th and 9th inning. So how do you like the team so far?
Well, I just got here yesterday, but it seems like a great group of guys. I think a lot of teams could have easily rolled over tonight, but I don't know. We just kind of nibbled away, and we got some good breaks, and it's a great comeback.
Yeah, are you excited for what's coming up?
Oh yeah, fans were great tonight, and I've so far I love Alaska. My dad grew up here, and I'm really excited to be here for the summer.
All right, Johnny Loker, thank you very much. Your player of the game, a walk-off grand slam. How's that feel?
Feels great. Oh, and happy Father's Day, Dad.
That's great. That's great. Johnny, good luck. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
We'll be right back as we wrap up the Matsu Miners postgame show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. All right, so there he is, Johnny Loker. Remember that name. He's from Stanford. Just finished his sophomore year. We'll say it one more time. Walk-off grand slam, 6-run ninth. The Miners get the win. Final score 10-7. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock Alaska time. The Matsu Miners travel down to Anchorage to take on the Bucks. Be with us at around 1:45 Alaska time for the Matsu Miners pregame show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. For Emma Tiedemann, I'm Austin Pollock. Once again, the final score, the Miners score 6 in the ninth. They win it 10-7.